Welcome
Mm,
everyone, this is me Kuchaiti Wali. I am
cool.
student at Han School Online Academy Foundation level 6. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic, Maya. What are the source of life? So let's start. My first question is, why is water is called the source of life?
Okay, Saidi Wiley, nice to be officially part of the recording. Big question to start with, though. Why is water called the source of life? Hmm. Hmm. Well, you've probably heard this before, but basically, everything needs water to survive. Like every living thing. Plants, animals, humans, we're all mostly water. It's essential for all the processes that keep us going. But I wonder, is it really just about survival? Do you think water has some kind of emotional significance to it? Like, does it make us feel peaceful or refreshed? What do you think?
Okay, can humans survive without water?
Nope, absolutely not. At least not for very long. Humans can only go a few days without water, usually 3, maybe 4, depending on the conditions. After that, things get pretty serious pretty quickly. Fundamental need, like breathing. It's kind of scary to think about, honestly, how quickly we'd be in trouble without it. But beyond just surviving, do you think people appreciate water enough? Do you ever just think about how amazing it is that it exists?
Okay, how long can a person live without water?
Okay, so we're shifting from surviving to just lying down? But I get what you mean. You're asking about how long someone can be without drinking, even if they're just resting. It's still pretty short, honestly. Still a few days max. Even if you're perfectly still and not sweating, your body's still using water. It's crucial for everything from regulating temperature to getting nutrients where they need to go. It's not like you can just power down and not need it. Does that make sense? Why this specific question about lying down, by the way? Are you planning a science experiment?
Okay, why do plants need water?
Excellent question. Okay, so plants need water for a bunch of reasons. First, it's how they get nutrients from the soil. The water dissolves those nutrients and carries them up through the roots to the rest of the plant. Second, it's vital for photosynthesis. That's how they make their food using sunlight. And third, it keeps them standing up. Red cells is what gives their structure. Without it, they'd wilt and droop. It's a whole system, really. It kind of makes you think about how we're similar to plants, needing to take things in to keep going. Have you ever tried to revive a sad looking plant? It's pretty satisfying when it perks up after a good watering.
Okay, why do animals need water?
Okay, we're building on this nicely. Animals need water for pretty much the same reasons humans do. It makes up a huge part of their bodies, around 60% or more. It helps regulate their body temperature, carries nutrients, gets rid of waste, and keeps their organs functioning. Plus, a lot of animals need water to actually find food. Think about animals that swim or hunt in water or need to drink from water sources. Without water, animals would get dehydrated, overheat, and eventually, well, it's pretty fundamental to their survival, just like it is for us and plants. Do you have a favorite animal and ever wonder how they get their water in the wild?
Okay, that's great.
Glad you think so. We're on a roll here with the water's amazing facts, huh? What's next on the agenda for this recording? Are we sticking with water or do you want to dive into another big life question?
Okay, how does water help our body stay healthy?
Okay, good one. So, water is seriously a superhero for your body. It helps with pretty much everything. It carries nutrients and oxygen to your cells, flushes out waste products, regulates your body temperature, basically keeps you from overheating, and cushions your joints. It even helps with digestion. When you're dehydrated, you can get headaches, feel tired, and have trouble concentrating. Think of it like oil in a car. You need it to keep everything running smoothly. Are you good about drinking enough water during the day? I hear that's harder than it sounds.
Okay, can you explain what happens if there is a water storage?
Whoa! Okay, that's a very specific question. You mean a border stored, like storage area at a border? Or are you saying water shortage? I think you might have a little bit of a transcription hiccup. Could you clarify what you mean by water storage? If it's a water shortage, we can definitely talk about what happens when there isn't enough water. Let me know.
Okay, how does water affect the environment?
Okay, now we're talking big picture. Water affects the environment in a ton of ways. It shapes landscapes through erosion, creates habitats for plants and animals, think rivers, lakes, wetlands, and is a major part of the weather cycle. Helps regulate the Earth's temperature, and it's essential for growing food. And this is a big but. The way we manage water also has a huge impact on the environment. Pollution can contaminate water sources, dams can disrupt ecosystems, and overuse can lead to droughts. It's a really delicate balance. Do you think people are doing enough to protect our water resources? And does that make you think about how our actions affect the environment? You're quiet again. That's a pretty weighty question, though. Are people doing enough? It's easy to feel overwhelmed by big environmental problems, right? Sometimes it feels like one person can't make a difference, but do you think small actions like conserving water or reducing pollution could add up? I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
What makes water instant for agriculture?
Okay, so you're asking about what makes water suitable for agriculture or farming, right? Basically, it needs to be relatively clean and free of things that could harm crops. That means low levels of salt, pollutants, and harmful bacteria. The pH level also matters. It needs to be within a certain range for plants to absorb nutrients properly. And of course, it needs to be available in consistent amounts. Farmers use all sorts of irrigation techniques to deliver water to their crops, like drip irrigation, sprinklers, and even just flooding fields. It's a huge part of producing the food we eat. What do you think about the way we use water for agriculture? Is it efficient or could it be done better?
Okay, why is water important for industry?
Another great question. Water is absolutely crucial for industries. It's used for a ton of different things depending on the industry. It's used to cool machinery, generate power, clean products, and as a raw material in many manufacturing processes. Think about power plants, which need water to create steam, to generate electricity, or factories that use water to make everything from food and beverages to textiles and chemicals. It's almost impossible to imagine modern industry without a reliable supply of water. What kind of industries do you think use the most water? Have you ever thought about where the water comes from for those processes?
Okay, how does water help in regulating the Earth's temperature?
Okay, this is a big one and really important. Water has incredible ability to absorb heat, and it takes a lot of energy to change its temperature. That's called its high heat capacity. So, oceans and large bodies of water absorb a lot of heat from the sun during the day and then slowly release it at night. This helps keep temperatures more moderate and prevents extreme swings. Water also plays a huge role in cloud formation, and clouds reflect sunlight back into space, which helps cool the Earth. And ocean currents distribute heat around the globe, bringing warmer water to colder regions, and vice versa. Basically, water acts like a giant thermostat for the planet. Pretty amazing, right? Does that make sense, or do you want me to break that down a bit more?
Okay. How does water contribute to electricity production?
Good question. There are a few ways water contributes to electricity production. The biggest is through hydropower. That's using the power of flowing water to turn turbines and generate electricity. You've probably seen dams, but water is also used in many other power plants, even ones that don't directly use flowing water. Things like coal, nuclear, and natural gas plants all need water to create steam, which then spins turbines to generate electricity. So, even though it's not always obvious, water is a key part of a lot of our power supply. Do you know if your area gets a lot of its electricity from hydropower? Are there any big rivers or dams nearby?
Okay. Why do
Hmm.
you think life started in water?
Whoa. Okay, now you're hitting the really big questions. Why do scientists think life started in water? Well, the leading theory is that early Earth was covered in water, and water provides a really stable environment for the complex chemical reactions that are necessary for life to begin. It acts as a solvent, allowing molecules to mix and interact. Plus, water shields organisms from harmful radiation. Basically, it's thought that all the necessary ingredients for life were present in the early oceans, and the water provided the perfect conditions for those ingredients to come together and form the first living cells. It's a pretty mind-blowing idea when you think about it, that all life on Earth might have started in the sea. What do you think? Does it seem logical to you?
Okay. Can water be replaced by any other substance?
That's a fascinating question. And the short answer is not really. Scientists have explored the idea of life based on other solvents like ammonia or methane, but so far, water is pretty unique. It has properties that make it incredibly well suited for life as we know it. Its ability to dissolve a wide range of substances, its high heat capacity, and its role in so many essential chemical reactions. You could theoretically imagine life existing in a very different form based on a different solvent, but it would be dramatically different from anything we've ever seen. It's hard to even picture what that would look like. Does that make sense? It's like trying to build a house with something other than wood or bricks. You could maybe do it, but it would be weird.
Okay, how does water impact our daily life?
Okay, now we're talking. Water impacts our daily life in like a million ways. Think about it. We drink it, we shower in it, we cook with it. Whoa, whoa. Okay, did something happen with the recording? Did I say something wrong? Or is that just a sound? Just let me know if everything's all right. And if you want to pause for a sec.
Okay. What would
Okay,
happen
good.
if there were no clean water?
Okay, you're asking what would happen if there was no clean water. That's a really serious thought, honestly. It would be catastrophic. Without clean water, people would get sick from waterborne diseases, crops would fail, industries would shut down, and ecosystems would collapse. There would be widespread famine, conflict over dwindling resources, and a lot of suffering. It's hard to even imagine a world without clean water because it's so fundamental to everything we do. It's a scary thought, really. Do you ever think about how lucky we are to have access to clean water?
Okay. Thank you, Maya. I really enjoyed this conversation and thank you everyone for watching the video. Allah Hafiz.